So I came out today to finish up on my lumber cart, and unfortunately I have a couple of ballasts that are out, so I'm going to go ahead and replace those. I'm going to take this opportunity to pull the ballasts out and put in LED lights. What kind of garage refresh would it be if I didn't add some LED lights? So the ones I'm replacing are these Alto 6500s. I'm just cutting out the ballast, and then I'm going to direct wire to the hot, the red and the blue tombstones on that side, and direct wire to the neutral, the white wire here to these yellow or green, whatever color these are, on this side to those tombstones. And then the LEDs are marked on either end. You can see there's an L here. I think you can see that, an L. And then on the other end, there's a N. And based on the instructions, the L goes to the hot side and the N goes to the neutral. Probably a good idea to make sure the light is switched off before you start messing around with cutting these, especially if you're standing on a ladder. I cried the first time I used these. They are sick. The person who invented these is a genius. Just to recap, you want to hook up the hot to one side of the tombstones and then the neutral to the other side of the tombstones, and then just fold everything up, put your cover back on, shove everything back in the tray, and then squeeze it together to put it in. A couple of quick notes in the light where it's easier to see things. These are Lithuania 4-foot 4-light T8 fluorescent fixtures. They come with a 32-watt ballast, one of these guys. So to switch them to a direct LED, because I didn't want to replace the ballast is about 32 bucks, and 4 of these LEDs are about 32 bucks. So I figured I'd go ahead and just pull the ballast and switch over to these LEDs. I'm using these Feit Electric ballast bypass type B direct wire LEDs that I got from HomeDepot. The nice thing about these is they have temperature settings. So there's a slider on the light that allows you to set the temperature. I went with daylight because that seems to match the existing fluorescent tubes that I already have in here where the ballast hasn't burned out. So the first step is obviously to turn off the lights first. Or shut off your electricity, whatever you feel comfortable with. The ballast sits up here, and I went ahead and just cut the wires, undid the screw, and then the ballast basically pulls out this way and drops out. The next step is to direct wire from the Romex coming into the light, the neutral to the yellow, and I did the hot to the red and the blue. These go directly now to the tombstones, and really that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a good idea to set the slider on the LED before you actually twist it into the tombstones. It's just easier to get to, and it's a little bit buggy, so in terms of trying to figure out where the setting is, I basically pushed it all the way to the end and then came back one. The end being 6,500, back one would be 5,000K. The last thing I'll mention before I finish this up is if you haven't used these Milwaukee wire strippers before, oh my gosh. Treat yourself. This is the best $20 I've ever spent in my life. I bought a pair of these on an impulse buy when I was doing my shed. You don't have to worry about nicking the copper or anything because essentially these two little gripper guys, they close on the wire and it basically pulls the sheathing off of the wire. You're not going to ding the copper, you're not going to nick it. It's so much easier, it's quick. This handles all kinds of different sizes. It'll pull the sleeve off Romex, and then you can strip 2 wires underneath it at the same time. It's amazing. I have a video on my site where I go over these things if you're interested. It's a short and it's less than a minute. So if you're interested in a pair of these, check that out. Well, that's all there is to wiring these up. It really is a piece of cake. There's not a lot going on here, and these, I really like these direct wire Feit Electric LEDs. I'm going to go ahead and shove these in and get the cover back on.